The 6ix9ine, the rah 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 rah, baby waggle waggle waggle, whatever he sings, is on the verge of bankruptcy.
People have spotted 6ix9ine's supercars being towed by the IRS as he can't pay his taxes, with sources claiming he has debts of over $20 million. Paying this back now seems...
What sources? What's the like? I hope he mentions some of the sources. I can also say Daniel has a debt of $600 million. According to sources.
Seems pretty unlikely, as 6ix9ine's recent album was such a massive flop. Most people don't even know that he released something new. Compare this to 2017, when 6ix9ine was undefeated. Everything he released became an instant hit, and no one can deny it. His unique style of music was pulling...
It was just so bad, the music. I never understood why people loved it, but I also can see that it was really catchy. So I guess I do understand why people like it. Okay, let me rephrase. It was not my type of music, but I can understand why people liked it.
Hundreds of millions of views, leading to a self-reported massive record deal, with 6ix9ine stating, "Right now I'm signing my life away to Illuminati for $7.5 million. Life is awesome." Only 4 months later, he'd land a headphone deal worth $4.9 million was paid a six-figure sum just to feature Fashion Nova in one of his music videos.
Wow,
well,
that's
before
really good.
this, 6ix9ine was already bragging, "I made $1 million this year and I bought a fake Rolex with it." Then only a year later, he was donating the same amount.
Since the last time I've been here, I donated close to $1 million just to community. Not to no foundations, just going on the street and giving out money.
He'd post multiple videos showing massive stacks of cash.
Does money dictate everything you do?
Fuck yes.
Protecting his...
It's such a sad life, and money dictates everything you do. If everything is about money, like I had a long conversation yesterday with my brother about money. After you hit, let's say 10 million, let's say 15 million, let's even just go as hard and as you can. Let's say you made 50 million. What else is there to buy? You've bought a house, maybe you bought 3, maybe you bought 10 houses for 500 to $1 million, right? Let's say that was all you wanted to do. You can rent out the houses, you still have them in value. But okay, let's bring it back a bit. Let's say you bought 3 houses. Let's say the houses cost $1 million each. Well, you have 47 million left. How many trips, how many luxury goods are you going to be able to buy before your life becomes empty? It becomes a void, because if you don't have something that you want to pursue and that you love and you want to create, I think it becomes a really empty life. Or if you have family or somebody that you love and cherish and want to connect with, I think it becomes a really, really empty life if it's all about the money. And that's what I feel a lot of rappers are about. It's just all about the money. And some of them are about the music, of course, but some of them about this.
$500,000 jewelry pieces by dropping a further $100,000 on personal security for a 10-day LA trip. Here he'd sign yet another multi-million-dollar publishing deal, showing that the money was coming from his music. 6ix9ine's first album, Dummy Boy, sold over 1 million units, meaning it likely made over $10 million. However, he'd foolishly used the entire album to rap about committing crimes. For example, on Cuda, he'd proudly proclaim, "All my people really gangbang, talk that damn slang. Rap about it, do the same thing, let your nuts hang. We post up, we don't do the race, you gon' die today." Similarly, on Billy, he'd add, "Get the F up out my effing face before I murder you. Whole squad full of killers, I'm a killer too. Send shots. Everybody get popped."
If you're gonna go by rap lyrics and what people are saying, I think everybody's like the worst of the worst. They're all Hannibal Lecters, but I don't think everybody is. I think a lot of people are doing it because they think it's cultured. I think a lot of people think it's the cool thing to do. I think a lot of people did sell drugs, and a lot of people did sell illegal substances and other illicit things like weaponry or ladies. But I don't think everybody, like Rick Ross, there's the whole story about Rick Ross actually stealing an identity of a guy called Rickety Ross, which was he was a prison guard in the prison of which the real Rick Ross was in, and he was a dealer of I think white powder. So if you're interested in that, it's a very, very interesting story. Just search up Rick Ross stole identity.
Sending shots. Everything I was rapping about was really happening.
Which certainly didn't help
That's not
Tekashi's
good.
next chapter.
Never mind.
6ix9ine rapper faces prison and sex offender registry.
Okay,
The article
that's
explained
bad.
that 6ix9ine originally pleaded guilty in October 2015 to using a child in a sexual performance when he was 18. In a video posted online, a 13-year-old girl was seen engaging in oral intercourse while Tekashi stood behind her. The hip-hop star has since been arrested twice for allegedly choking a 16-year-old in a shopping center in Houston.
Oh, there's just a few crimes you don't do, and these are some of them. Like, just don't do them. It's not that difficult. You can always find ladies your own age. Just find older ladies. Come on. I'm not saying the choking part. I'm saying the illicit material with a 13-year-old. It's just so silly. Stop doing it, people. Stop it.
Earlier this year. In May, he was also arrested for driving without a license, assaulting a police officer, and obstructing governmental administration. 6ix9ine wasn't given leniency as he was using social media to promote a culture of violence and glorify gang activity.
And you can't even say anything else because everything he does on social media is about. Actually, let's pop up Tekashi 6ix9ine's social media. This is Tekashi 6ix9ine's Instagram. This money post, this bling bling post. Like I can't watch it right now. I gotta log in again. But this bling bling post, there's more bling bling post. It's him being cool. It's more bling bling post. It's more money post. It's more money post. It's some people crying and shit. It's him again on concerts. It's about people having like gang tattoos, women and nudity. More bling bling post. More bling bling. Even more bling. It's pretty much all money, honestly. It's pretty much all money. I'm not sure that is gang related. It's on social media, but it's definitely not good for the kids to just see money. But it's a gang. Oh, this looks more gangy, you know. That just look. Yeah, these are more. Yeah, okay, never mind. It seems like a bit earlier stuff he did was more gang related.
But while he did pay his bond of $155,000, the problems didn't end there. After finally closing the book on his 2015 child sex case, 6ix9ine and his associates went to Felipe Chow to celebrate the legal win with a lavish dinner. Things got ugly when the crew was denied entry into the restaurant as a brawl took place and gunshots rang off. A pair of 6ix9ine's entourage members and his manager are arrested for their involvement. One of the security guards working at the restaurant is reportedly hit over the head with a chair, throw in some robberies plus multiple shooting incidents, and 6ix9ine was facing a minimum of 47 years in prison.
Think about having everything in the palm of your hand. Then you look at it and you shove it straight into the dung. And you look at the people and you flip them off. And you go, I don't want it no more. I want to go to prison. 47 years. I'm going to be old in prison. I'm going to live and die in prison. It's just so fucking stupid.
I got federal agents sitting in front of my house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars. One thing I fear in life. No, 2 things. I fear God and I fear the FBI. Only 2 things I'm scared of in life.
He'd infamously testify against 12 co-defendants.
I don't give a fuck if I'm held accountable for what I did. Yes, I snitched and I did it proudly.
Which reduced his sentence to just 2 years, although it also completely destroyed his credibility.
Yep, it makes him a snitch, baby.
Became a whole meme format, with people joking, 6ix9ine, I ain't no snitch. Judge, 47 years. 6ix9ine, ever noticed Dwayne Johnson looks like The Rock? Implying he'd say anything to get a lighter sentence. He was therefore also memed as a Karen, whilst others joked, imagine spending 7 years in college to become a lawyer, and your client shows up to court like this.
I think if you did that and you found out your client was 6ix9ine, you'd probably be like, all right, there's some money here. There's some money. Let's make this case last as long as we can possibly do.
The legal process also cost 6ix9ine a fortune.
See?
How much money have you spent on legal fees this year? Too much, right?
Yeah, like $500,000.
That's what I'm saying.
But being sent off to prison only made him more popular. He signed a $10 million record deal whilst behind bars.
Jesus Christ.
And after being
You
released
can't lose.
only
You
6
can't miss.
months later, 6ix9ine claimed on Instagram, I got out of jail $20 million richer.
First day home, you see the vibes, man. King New York's home, man. I'm on house arrest, so come on, let's go.
Isn't that like a bulletproof vest? So it's a bulletproof vest. I think it's a Lamborghini. I think this might be a Ferrari, and this is a Bentley. And so he's got a fairly nice suburban house. It doesn't look like a gang house, you know. It looks like a suburban house, like a white middle class, maybe a bit upper class area.
This was supported by a range of extravagant purchases,
Oh,
with
that's a cool
TMZ
car.
reporting he'd bought a fleet of luxury vehicles that includes an Aventador,
McLaren,
Rolls-Royce,
Mercedes,
Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon,
I thought
and
there was
a
a
Range Rover.
All 4
Ferrari
cars,
in there.
Lamborghini Aventador, Range,
Oh, Lamborghini, that was
McLaren,
Lambo.
G-Wagon, all mine, all border.
Takashi's getting iced out too. We're told he splurged on 4 timepieces, including a Richard Mille watch, and dropped another $300,000 on a chain shaped like a shark.
Why? Why, my brother? Why? Why would you waste 300,000 on a chain with small diamonds that look like a shark? Just get cubic zirconiums and you'd be fine. And it's probably going to cost you 5 grand, 10 grand, maybe. And even that's too much.
This is a $500,000, $500,000. Look at the diamonds in them teeth. And nobody got this watch. If you don't got this watch right here, you a little boy to me. I'll kiss you on your forehead. You a little boy. Sit down. King's home. It's over.
He'd then purchased this insane piece of jewelry, bragging on Instagram $1 million on a chain. Best chain in the game. My chain costs more than your whole chain piece and watch.
Your chain costs more than my whole house and my whole goddamn net worth. It still makes you pathetic. Why would you waste $1 million on a piece of shit? It doesn't even look good.
LeMayo, you know who run the city. In a different post, he bragged 15,000 sold-out show Istanbul, Turkey, 500,000 for 40 minutes. He'd show off his earnings in videos such as this one.
You got 1 house right here, 2 houses right here, 3 houses right here, 4 houses right here, 5 houses right here. Maybe 2 houses right there, you feel me?
Spending 50,000 of it at the Gucci store in under 10 minutes. He then vowed every week I will try to give at least 50,000 away to someone random for people in need, all the while
That's the weird part. He has some sort of goddamn like philanthropy in him. Like it's all about gang bang, and then suddenly, oh yeah, I'll give away 50 grand. I'm a upstanding citizen living in a white neighborhood, suburban, very lovely. I'd give this away to anybody. Ha!
his music was still performing well. His song Goober, released a month after his last day in jail, gained 45 million views in its first 24 hours.
That's insane.
This made it the biggest 24-hour debut for a hip-hop video in YouTube history, after which 6ix9ine also broke the record for the most viewers ever in an Instagram live.
That's also
gonna be irrelevant when he comes out of jail. 6ix9ine, #1 on Apple Music and breaking records. Who y'all think is the king in New York? 1 month later, he'd put out Trolls, which again gained 45 million views in only 24 hours.
Doesn't he look a little bit like a Justin Bieber of gangster rap? Tommy doesn't look a little bit like a young Justin Bieber of gangster rap.
Debuting at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. 6ix9ine celebrated his post-prison success. However, as it turns out, this would be his peak. Goober and Trolls became part of the album Tattletales, which didn't perform so well. Despite the...
It's called Tattletales. He snitched and it's called Tattletales. Oh man, you're gonna lose so much respect, at least in the environments you want respect in. Oh my lord, why would you do that? Why would you call it Tattletales? Like, it's like me kind of like being, like I don't even know. It's just so stupid.
Noise, 6ix9ine's Tattletales album headed for underwhelming chart debut. It sold just 55,000 album units, making it his worst performing project ever. One of 6ix9ine's rivals, Trippie Redd, laughed at the album's poor performance, which was a...
I mean, maybe you shouldn't be laughing at his album performance. I don't even know who you are, Trippie Redd, written incorrectly. I mean, who is this guy? Anybody in the comment section, please tell me who Trippie Redd is. I'm not searching him up.
Especially embarrassing, as 6ix9ine previously said this.
Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie.
The number of listeners per song wasn't lying either, with Joe Budden calling the album a likely financial disaster. He'd state that projections are lower than what it would take for an artist who travels with 9 and 10 security guards everywhere he goes. That's the part that the public never really deciphers. It's not who flopped and who didn't. It's what comes in versus what's spent. And this kid, it takes
100%.
a lot for him to move around.
It's very interesting this because somebody selling 55,000 albums could be an incredibly, like, it could be the peak of their career. Being able to solo produce, independently produce, create music, create something beautiful in life, and you sell, let's say, 55,000 pieces of a comic book, and it's you and your two friends that made it, and they're selling for $15, let's say, or 15 euros, and let's say that out of that the profit would be, let's say, 8 euros. So if that's 5 times 8, so 5 times 8, that would be 400,000. And making 400,000, let's say it took you a year to make this comic book, 55,000 sales for 2 or 3 people, 400,000 in profits. That's fantastic. But 400,000, and you have, let's say, 2 million in expenses. Well, now we're talking 1.6 million in losses. So yes, what he's saying there is an incredibly accurate and a very well stated statement.
Anthony Fantano gave the album a 3, but more notably stated,
"From here, I'm not really seeing an increase in quality because I think 6ix9ine is just diving even deeper into using social media and antics and drama and clout chasing as a crutch to supplement his career."
Which turned out to be correct. Rather than focusing on making incredible music, 6ix9ine seemed more concerned with social media fame. He began spending time with Steve Will Do It, who gave 6ix9ine the chance to make some extra money. Steve worked with Rumble to get him a streaming deal, which paid 6ix9ine $2 million just to stream for an hour per week.
And he didn't manage to do it, because if you didn't manage to do it, you're fucking retarded. Like, I can't feel bad for you. If you have 1 hour a week for a year, that's 52 hours you have to stream for $2 million. Are you retarded? People do much more for much less.
However, if 6ix9ine didn't fulfill the contract, Steve would have to pay Rumble the $2 million himself. Well, 6ix9ine took the money, then went live on Rumble only 4 times before quitting.
I got him a deal, right, to play video games once a week for an hour, $2 million up front, and just doesn't do anything.
Steve further revealed
he had no money at the time, and he needed money to buy Birkin bags for all these black chicks and give away money to make his girlfriend jealous. That's literally like the factual story.
Explaining 6ix9ine lied just to get the money.
He told the company, I need $2 million up front so I can buy a content house. The guy's an idiot.
Essentially, having been scammed out of $2 million, Steve exposed 6ix9ine further, showing he hadn't been supporting his daughter.
I said, how much money has he given to his daughter for 5 years? He said 20,000, right?
That's 4,000 a year.
4,000 a year, right? I've seen him get paid like over $10 million in 1 year.
Steve then
Yep, he's going to be dragging his name down the mud here. And Steve Will Do It is kind of a weird character. If you don't know who Steve Will Do It is, he's kind of like a gambling addict who did a lot of live streaming. And he surrounds himself with very sketchy people, to say it like that. I don't think he's a bad person, like inside the hato. He's not a bad person, but I think he does a lot of bad things because he is surrounded by the wrong people.
Disclosed on a podcast that in addition to the $2 million he was owed, 6ix9ine also owed $10 million to the IRS, $9.8 million to a stripper he hit with a bottle, $600,000 on a house lien, and $60,000 to a home builder. Steve Will Do It concluded, dude, he's such a broke loser. Literally such a broke loser. And he's just a nasty person in general. In addition to his previous debt.
But why would you help him get a $2 million deal if you knew he was a nasty person? Was it going to benefit you? Because if that's the case and it backfired, that's on you, Steve Will Do It.
6ix9ine was ordered to pay $1 million in robbery restitution, although he'd respond by stating, I ain't got it right now. When the judge then referenced this video, 6ix9ine admitted that was prop money. I ain't got it. I'm an entertainer and obviously we talking about it, so I did a pretty good job at entertaining people. You know how you have a degree in law? I have a degree in entertainment. But it seems the lawyers representing him weren't getting paid either, especially after.
And when you're not paying a law firm, they're gonna disappear and they're gonna sue you. And then suddenly you're gonna be like millions upon millions in debt. And how are you gonna make that back? You're never gonna make that back because you left the deal in Rumble for $2 million. And you would have gotten a bigger deal from Rumble if you were just streaming more. If you streamed 3 to 4 hours a day, think about the deal you would get then.
after his ex-girlfriend also sued him for $1 million, claiming 6ix9ine posted revenge porn of her online
Oh no,
and
that's
physically
bad.
and emotionally abused her. However, 6ix9ine couldn't even afford his credit card bill, let alone his taxes, leading the IRS to show up at his house and seize some of his cars. Clearly in financial strife, 6ix9ine made another album, although if you don't remember any hype around it, it's because there simply wasn't any. Whilst his 2 previous projects had some commercial success, Leyenda Viva didn't chart in any country. On Rate My Music, it scored lower than 1 out of 5 stars, and with only a couple million listens per song, it's no surprise people have called it one of the most boring albums I've ever listened to. 6 months later, he put out Blackballed, which seems to have performed even worse, excluding one hit.
Except for Shakalaka feat Kodak Black and FIFA with Ben El Tavori. I don't actually know any of these songs. I'm just playing pretend I'm cool too. Yo.
Single with Kodak Black. Seemingly out of pure desperation, 6ix9ine promoted crypto.
I just released the dummy coin. For the first 2,000 holders who buy into the dummy coin, you will be selected to do a meet and greet here in Romania.
After which he was actually offered a lifeline. Tekashi 6ix9ine. I signed a new record deal for $6 million plus. It explained Tekashi is being paid $1 million for the album, which will feature 10 songs, and he's gonna make $250,000 for every concert of an upcoming tour.
But that is great. Please don't tell me he pissed on this contract. Please, this is $6 million. He can pay back almost everything.
This all adds up to Tekashi potentially pocketing over $6 million, all held under one main condition: he doesn't get arrested.
Oh no.
Well, just 1 month ago, 6ix9ine again went back to jail for violating parole terms on his initial main prison stint. In the process, he tested positive for meth twice, so despite being released after 45 days, it seems 6ix9ine's life-saving record deal won't be going forward.
Jesus Christ, the stupidity of some people that have been handed everything on silver platters multiple times is just beyond me. It's beyond me. I do not understand it. You know what? Subscribe for more stupid shit.